Most investors ask the wrong question about SCHD. They ask, did it go up? The better question is, what changed underneath? Chapter 1 Introduction. Today, we're looking at a simple question. Is it really a good time to buy SCHD? Not because of hype, not because of predictions, but because something changed. Over the last couple of years, SCHD clearly underperformed other dividend ETFs. That's a fact. And many investors stopped adding to it. Now, early signs are pointing in a different direction. So instead of opinions, we'll focus on data, and only data from recent market behavior. Quick disclaimer before we go further. This video is for education only. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to buy or sell. Here's the controversial part. Sometimes doing nothing with your money feels safe, but isn't. Let's break this down step by step. Chapter 2. What SCHD actually did recently. Let's start with what actually happened. Not opinions, just numbers. During 2024 and most of 2025, SCHD clearly lagged. Other dividend ETFs did much better. Funds like DGRO, VIG, and similar options posted double-digit total returns. SCHD did not. Over the full year of 2025, SCHD delivered low single-digit returns. Meanwhile, several competing dividend ETFs returned 3 to 4 times more. That gap mattered, especially for investors who were adding money every month. Because of that, many investors slowed down or stopped buying SCHD. Some rotated into other dividend funds. Others stayed invested, but redirected new cash elsewhere. Now fast forward to early 2026, the picture looks different. SCHD is already up several percent this year. At the same time, the broad market is barely positive. That doesn't erase past underperformance. It also doesn't guarantee future results. But it does tell us something important. Performance leadership shifted. And when leadership changes, it is worth asking why. Chapter 3. Why SCHD underperformed sector allocation. To understand the underperformance, we have to look inside the fund, not the price chart, the portfolio. SCHD has always leaned heavily towards certain sectors. One of them is energy. After its annual reconstitution, energy became the largest sector allocation, roughly 1/5 of the entire fund. For several years, that was a problem. Energy stocks struggled. Oil prices moved sideways. Capital flowed into technology and growth instead. As a result, SCHD faced a constant drag. Not because the companies were failing, because the market was not rewarding that sector. At the same time, other dividend ETFs held less energy. They owned more companies tied to growth and technology. That difference alone explains much of the return gap. This was not a flaw in SCHD's rules. It was a timing issue. The fund stayed consistent. The market did not favor what it owned. That matters because funds do not underperform randomly. They underperform for structural reasons. And structures can turn from headwinds into tailwinds. That brings us to what changed. Chapter 4. AI Electricity Demand Shift. Over the past year, a new theme started to emerge, not in stock prices first, in energy demand. Artificial intelligence requires massive computing power, and computing power requires electricity, a lot of it. Globally, data centers already consume hundreds of terawatt hours each year. That number is projected to more than double by the end of this decade. In the United States, the growth rate is even higher. Some large data centers already use as much power as tens of thousands of homes. Facilities under construction are expected to use far more, at the scale of small cities. The key point is supply. The electricity has to come from somewhere, and in the near term, renewable sources cannot cover most of the increase. Projections show that natural gas and coal are expected to supply a large share of new demand. Natural gas alone is expected to grow significantly. At the same time, demand for gas is also rising from exports. This creates a structural shift, not a short-term trade, a long-duration demand trend. Now connect that back to SCHD. The fund owns large established energy companies. Many of them are directly involved in power generation and fuel supply. The same exposure that hurt returns before may now support them, not through hype, through basic demand for electricity. That shift is why this conversation exists at all. Chapter 5. Connection to SCHD Holdings. Now let's connect this idea directly to what SCHD owns. The fund holds large energy companies. Names like Chevron and Exxon appear near the top. These companies are no longer just about oil prices. They operate across production, transport, and power. More importantly, they generate steady cash. Several of these firms are investing in gas-fired power projects. Some are working with utilities and data center partners. The goal is simple: provide reliable electricity at scale. That matters for SCHD because dividends come from cash flow. When demand for energy rises, stable producers benefit first. Not overnight, over time. This also explains why SCHD reacts differently than tech funds. It doesn't rise with chip headlines. It responds to infrastructure demand. So the AI story shows up here quietly, not through fast price moves, through earnings and distributions. This is why the recent shift matters. The portfolio didn't change much. The environment around it did. And when the environment changes, the same holdings can behave very differently. That difference is what long-term investors usually watch closely today. Chapter 6. Income Fundamentals, Yield Costs Valuation. Now let's look at income fundamentals. This is where SCHD has always been clear. The fund currently offers a dividend yield near 4%. That yield has varied year to year, yet the direction has been upward over time. SCHD has increased its dividend for more than a decade. That tells us something about consistency. Not speed, consistency. Costs also matter. SCHD charges a very low expense ratio, just a few dollars per year on $10,000 invested. Valuation matters well. The portfolio trades at a lower earnings multiple than the broad market. That reflects the types of companies it owns. These companies are mature. They focus on cash generation. They return capital to shareholders. None of this guarantees returns. It does explain why some investors stay patient. Income strategies rely on math, not excitement. When yields, costs, and valuations line up, investors tend to pay attention, especially during periods of market uncertainty and slower growth expectations. That context shapes how SCHD is evaluated today by income-focused investors across different market cycles and interest rate shifts globally. Chapter 7. Risks and Uncertainties. Now we need to talk about risks. This part matters. First, energy prices remain uncertain. Some forecasts point to excess oil supply in the coming year. If prices fall sharply, energy earnings could come under pressure. Second, SCHD has no direct exposure to major technology companies. When tech stocks lead the market, SCHD often lags. That pattern has shown up before. Third, electricity demand projections are not guarantees. Efficiency improvement in AI models could reduce power needs. That would slow the demand growth story. Fourth, SCHD rebalances once a year. The next reconstitution can change sector weights. No one knows the outcome in advance. There is also interest rate risk. Higher rates can pressure dividend-focused funds. Lower rates can help them. Finally, income investing requires patience. Returns may come from dividends more than price movement. That approach does not fit every investor. These risks do not make SCHD good or bad. They define the trade-offs. Understanding them is part of reliable analysis, especially on a public platform. Ignoring risks gets views. Discussing them builds trust. And trust matters more than excitement when discussing long-term money decisions, especially under current market conditions that remain uncertain for many investors. Chapter 8. When SCHD might make sense. So, when does SCHD make sense? It can fit investors who care about income, people who want steady payouts, people who value consistency over excitement. It may also suit long-term portfolios, especially for those building dividend income over time. Lower turnover, lower costs, predictable structure. SCHD can also appeal during periods of slower growth, when valuations matter more, when cash flow becomes important again. On the other hand, it may not suit everyone. Investors focused on rapid price growth may feel frustrated. Those heavily targeting technology exposure will not find it here. Short-term traders may also struggle with it. SCHD moves slowly, sometimes painfully slow. So the decision depends on goals. Time horizon matters. Risk tolerance matters. Matching the tool to the task is more important than chasing what worked last year. Let's bring this together. SCHD struggled in recent years. That was real. The reasons were structural. Now conditions are changing. Energy demand is shifting. Income is being reevaluated. SCHD did not transform. The environment around it did. That distinction matters. This doesn't mean SCHD will outperform. It does mean the case looks different than it did before. The real question is not whether SCHD is good or bad. The question is whether it fits your plan. Every portfolio is personal. Time frames differ. Comfort levels differ. So take the data. Think it through. Decide carefully. If you're thinking about dividend investing this year, consider where income fits in your strategy. Let me know how you're thinking about SCHD right now. I read the comments, and different viewpoints usually make the discussion better for everyone.